Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Robert Donaldson, and welcome back to another edition of Rob's Best Bets. And in this video, we are once again talking about college hoops. And on Wednesday, we had a very solid day. Obviously, we want to get a lot more back, and I think this is a really good building block. Heck, I even think that we could have done better than what we actually ended up doing. But hey, I'm not going to complain about profit, especially when you are, getting this far into the green. And here on Thursday, we have a slate that's loaded with mid-majors, and we have done really well when it's coming to these Thursday slates. And for that reason, I'm very excited. But first, we need to take a second to shout out today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. And Underdog Fantasy is a great platform that really gets you involved into the daily fantasy markets, as well as the pick'em entries markets, which I really personally love. And if you aren't already following me over on Twitter/X at RobDFB, make sure you're doing so, because I post all of my pick'em entries for Underdog over there. And as well as, if you aren't already following me over there as well, you probably missed yesterday's card, and you've missed a lot of cards over the past, year, 2 years, because I do post over there our picks in text form when we don't have a video on this channel. But with all that being said, y'all, I'm ready to hop into these Thursday picks. All right, first up, we're heading out to the CAA, where we have Hofstra taking on William & Mary, and William & Mary has been a team that we've really liked betting on this season, and they were coming off of that massive Charleston win before dropping 2 games in a row, and unfortunately for William & Mary, they lost one of their best kind of rotational shooters in Noah Collier, and unfortunately, when that does happen, it can vibe or kind of throw off your offense. And Hofstra on the other side is a team that can be very volatile, very up and down. But one thing that they do consistently do well is play good defense. And in this particular matchup, I think this is one of those games that they can kind of rip one off and get back on the winning side of things. And I think they do it. So let's go ahead and take the 2.5 points here with the Hofstra Pride for 2 units for our first bet here on Thursday. For pick number 2, we are staying in the CAA, where we have North Carolina A&T taking on Elon, and Elon is having a very kind of up season for the program, because they have been treading water as a program for, a better part of the decade so far. And when you are looking at NCAA&T, they're having one of their worst seasons in the past decade, and that's also been tied to a gambling scandal that has come out with this team. But ever since that scandal came out, North Carolina A&T is playing some of their best ball of the year. They took Campbell down to the wire. They took Charleston down to the wire in Charleston. And against Elon, who is the worst of those 3 teams, I do feel like 12.5 points is pretty egregious. But who knows with this kind of wild card team, what their true identity is. They are hunting for that first win, and for that reason, and for those numbers of reasons, I think we take a speculative stab here with the NCAA&T Aggies and take the 12.5 points for 1.5 units, and for a full extra unit, I say we take a shot here on the plus 700 money line price here as well. For pick number 3, we are heading out to the CUSA, where we have Jacksonville State taking on Sam Houston State, and this is a very interesting line because it's basically set at a pick'em, and Jacksonville State has been one of the better teams in this conference since conference play started, and Sam Houston State has yet to win a conference game. That just screams, craziness, what to expect in this game. Usually when we see lines like this late in the year, I do tend to bet the side that's kind of the weirdly priced side, and for that reason, I am all over the Sam Houston State Bearcats here, getting the 1 point at home, looking for their first win, and I say we go ahead and bet 3 units on it here for our third bet here on Thursday. For pick number 4, we are heading out to the Big Ten, where we have Maryland taking on Nebraska, and Nebraska is playing some of the best ball in the entire country right now, let alone the Big Ten, and Maryland has also looked fantastic as of late as well. But when you are factoring in, who needs this game more, the answer is 100% Nebraska. This is their opportunity to pick up yet another quad 1 win and really remove themselves firmly from the bubble for the time being. And I think they get it done in this matchup in a pick'ems kind of line area. And let's go ahead and bet it for 3 units for our 4th bet here on Thursday. For pick number 5, we're heading back to the CUSA where we have Liberty taking on New Mexico State. And New Mexico State is on a little bit of a skid as of late. They've dropped 4 of their last 5 games, and when you are looking at those games, I don't think that it's a true representation of them just playing bad basketball. They've been in a lot of competitive dogfights down the stretch, and they've lost to the cream of the crop in this league in those games, with 2 of them as of late coming on the road as well. And in this most recent matchup for Liberty, they definitely were tested by Sam Houston State, and they have been coasting, I think, ever since they started conference play and started off with such a great start. And for that reason, I do think New Mexico State on their home court is going to be live in this game. But hey, they're getting 4.5 points. I say we take them for 2 units for our 5th bet here on Thursday. All right, for our final bet here on Thursday, we are heading out to the Big West where we have Riverside taking on UC Davis. And Riverside and Magpio have been one of my favorite just teams to bet on and programs to back just in general over the past few seasons. But when you are looking at UC Davis, this is another one of my darlings. And as of late, I don't think that UC Davis has been racking up the wins that they expected to win in conference play. But at the same time, their last 4 games have been on the road. They picked up 2 wins and 2 losses. Their 2 losses were to UC Irvine, the best team in this league, arguably, along with UC San Diego. And also the other loss in that was UC Riverside. And it was a very close loss at that. I do think that UC Davis gets a win back here. And it's a relatively pick'em line, but they are getting a 1.5 point buffer just in case we get hit with like a buzzer or shot clock type of buzzer situation. And for that reason, I say we take the 1.5 points and make this our biggest bet of the day for 4 units for our final bet here on Thursday. All that being said, I really want to thank you guys for checking out today's video. And if you do want to show some love, make sure you drop a like in this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you drop a comment down below. And as always, y'all, I appreciate you. And as I always say, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.